Hey guys, as promised, I'm back on Saturday with another video, and today I'm going to be making fettuccine alfredo with shrimp and broccoli. So in this pot I have some boiling water and I have some linguine because I didn't have fettuccine, if you don't have fettuccine, you could use any other type of like noodly pasta. And if you don't like noodly kind of pastas, you could use any other pasta because it'll taste the same. So yeah, so I'm gonna get started on cooking my shrimp, but before I do that, I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. And so here I have some pink Himalayan salt, and I'm gonna sprinkle. Hold on, I'm gonna move the tongs really quickly, and I'm going to sprinkle some on, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper. Well, pepper now. And then I'm going to mix it with my tongs. And now I'm going to, now I'm just going to turn on the stove. And here I have a cast iron skillet that I'm going to be using to make my shrimp in. So I'm going to dress it with some, coat the pan with some olive oil, and I'm going to do that by pouring like a drizzle across.
Why are you doing that?
I'm doing that so that it gets all over, but there isn't too much oil, and then so that the shrimp doesn't stick to the pot. So now that all my salt and pepper is mixed in, I'm just going to take my bowl and I'm going to dump this inside. So I'm using about a pound of shrimp, which is about 30 pieces. And so I'm making this for 5 people, so that would be 6 pieces of shrimp for each person. And I'm using the tongs to spread the shrimp so that it's all in around one layer so that it cooks evenly. So most of it you guys could see is around a layer, but if it isn't, you could always move it around and try to adjust it. So I put the heat on a little bit lower than medium so that my shrimp doesn't burn. And I'm still trying to make sure that most of it is on the one layer. Okay, so you guys could see clumps of it are sticking upwards, but that's because the pan isn't big enough for all of it to stay flat on the surface. So I'm just moving it around, trying to create some more space. So that's how my pan looks now, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys in when my shrimp is fully cooked and my pasta is fully cooked, ready for my sauce to be made. And before I take my pasta out, I'm gonna put in my broccoli so that it's a little pre-cooked and it's ready to be made with the sauce as well. And so before I leave, I'm gonna tell you guys the rest of my ingredients. So here I have some Parmesan cheese, and I'll show you guys how I grate it when I come back, and it needs to be grated. I have 1 cup of heavy cream, 2 cloves of garlic, and it's chopped. I have half a tablespoon of butter, some garlic powder, salt, that's pepper, that's salt, and olive oil, and I have a wooden spoon to mix everything together. Okay, so the pasta's almost done, so I'm just gonna add in my broccoli really quickly so that it gets a little pre-cooked, and then I'm going to strain it with the pasta. and I'll come back as soon as my shrimp is done cooking and my pasta and broccoli are strained out.
How do you know when the broccoli's ready, Hannah?
You know, because it's like kind of softened. It like softens up.
Doesn't it turn bright green?
Yeah, and that too. So this is the pasta and the broccoli, and it's now drained out. As you guys can see, I took the pot and I dumped all of it out and I put it in a strainer, so it's now strained. Okay, so the shrimp is done, and I'm just gonna take it out of my pan. And you know when shrimp is done because it curls up and it looks like an orangish, whitish color like this one. And you guys could see that it's kind of like curled up. So that's how you know when shrimp is done. And I'm taking it out so that I could add my butter and my garlic into the pan to make my sauce. So most of my shrimp is out now. Well, okay, so all my shrimp is out now, and I'm gonna set it to the side. I'm gonna put it right here, and then I'm going to add in the butter and the garlic, and I have 2 cloves of chopped garlic, and I have half a teaspoon of butter here. So I'm gonna put that in, and I'm going to slide in all my garlic, and I'm going to use my wooden spoon here to mix it in and make sure that my butter melts.
How come you didn't take out the liquid from the shrimp?
Because
You wanted more shrimp flavor.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't really know, but my mom just told me, cause she's a really good cook. We want that like the more shrimpy flavor in like the sauce as well, so like you get that flavor in each bite. So now that my butter is melted and my garlic is mostly all over the pan, I'm going to put in my heavy cream. And
did you know if you overcook garlic, you get a bitter taste? So you have to be very careful not to burn it.
if you guys don't have heavy cream, you could also use half and half, because it kind of does the same. It does the same thing, not kind of. It does. So I'm gonna let that simmer down, simmer for a little bit, but not too much to the point that it's over, like it's burnt. So here I have some cheese, and this is Parmesan cheese, and it's in the block. Like, this is how I bought it, and I'm gonna show you guys how I grate it. So I'm gonna take the cheese, and I'm just gonna go up and down with the grater. So I already have some grated, but I just wanted to show you guys how I grate mine, and I left the plastic on so that whenever I was done, because I know I'm not gonna use the whole block, I could cover it back up, just like that. So I'm gonna wipe down the bottom of my grater, and if you guys don't want to use a smaller edge, I recommend using this one because it's easier for the cheese. The cheese melts easily, and you guys could see it's like really small. But if you don't want to use that side, you could use this big side, or this one, or you could even use this one, whichever one you guys prefer. I am using this one today to grate my cheese. So now that my cheese is done, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna sprinkle it around the pan.
How much cheese?
This is half a cup of Parmesan cheese. If you guys could buy the already grated one, if you prefer and you don't want to grate it. Or you could buy the one in the block and grate it, whichever one works for you. I don't really think that there's another cheese that I would recommend because I guess I just like the Parmesan, but if you don't like Parmesan, you don't have to incorporate cheese. But you know, whatever you guys like. And I forgot to mention, but if you guys don't want to use broccoli or you don't like broccoli, you know, you could use peas, asparagus, or maybe even bell peppers, because that would give it like that would taste good or really well with this the shrimp and the Alfredo. But I don't recommend using soft vegetables like eggplant because then it will dissolve, and you don't want that because like broccoli gives it like a texture, like a different texture, and I like texture, like I like different textures in my food, so I would incorporate broccoli or bell peppers or peas or asparagus like I said. If not, you know, whatever you guys like. So I'm gonna let the sauce thicken up a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys. Okay, so before I leave, I'm gonna add in my strained vegetable and noodles. I'm gonna use the spoon. Oh. So I added it in, and I'm just going to kind of like try and take it apart using the spoon. I'm gonna kind of use my hands for guidance, and then I'm also gonna use the tongs to
Just keep flipping it, Hannah.
like, what do you mean flipping it, like?
With the tongs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to do it so hard. Do it gently.
Okay. So I'm flipping the noodles like my mom told me to, because that will help like get the sauce all over the noodles and like help them to come apart. And I'm gonna mix the broccoli in as well, so that the broccoli gets sauce as well. And I'm gonna add in my shrimp. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna like flip it over so that my sauce is everywhere.
And she'll meet you back after she plates it.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I finished plating, and this is what the thing looks like. This is what the pasta looks like. I can't wait to try it. But now let's talk about today's Bible message. And today's Bible verse is Psalms 107, verse 9. And it says, "For he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things." I am making these things to satisfy our bodily hunger, and after taste testing it, I know it's good. All of the things that God provided for us are for our benefit, even the things that we may not really like. For me, that's broccoli. But in this case, it's enveloped in a creamy Alfredo sauce, which makes it much more savory. But there are other things that are not so palatable, like maybe circumstances that we are stuck in, or a situation that may not be ideal. Sometimes I think to myself, why me? But then I think, why not me? If I do not encounter the things I don't like, how would I ever know and appreciate the things I do like? There's an old saying, you take the good with the bad. I guess we've got to be okay with some bad so we can get the good. Hunger is not a really good feeling, but it's necessary so that we know when to eat. It's also nice to be hungry sometimes, because then the food tastes really good. This fettuccine Alfredo tastes good no matter how hungry you are. I hope you'll give my my recipe a try. But more than that, I hope you will think about the not so great times in our lives as good things too. As we think about God's favor in our lives, I'm going to enjoy some of this pasta, and we are hopefully going to share in seeing all God does as a blessing. May God bless you until next time, and always, I'm Hannah J. See you Saturday.